Welcome back, fellow scrubs. This is MarcDWyz. We're working on Pocket Fighter EX today on GameDevScrubs. Of course, I'm your host for the GameDevScrubs and the programmer and art director and so on and so forth for this project. And this project is a community-based game. It is not endorsed or supported by Capcom or SNK. It's completely fan-made. By the fans, for the fans, no charge, etc., etc. We'll cover all that. And so we'll get right into what's been going on. Most of the updates that I've had since last time have pretty much just been like working on GGPO stuff. It's just programming, etc., etc., just chipping away at the giant mountain of work that it takes to put all that together. So that's pretty much it for that. So that's a short segment this time, but we're gonna basically just pick right up where we last left off last Monday when we were working on this. So I made a few improvements since then, nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy, but oh yeah, let me turn that on. Excuse me. But I've added a couple things and I'll go over what I've changed since last time. And then we'll actually export the sprites and go ahead and animate it and put it in the game and see how it looks. So first things first, I did add a sort of like energy suction thing. And let me turn Chun off here for a second. That way you can kind of see what's going on. So this energy pulls in until it creates an orb. And then the effect pops from there. So I'm going to have to export these in several layers. This part is going to be its own. The bottom little shockwave is going to be its own. Now this is four different effects merged into one. And so we'll have to export these in layers, and that's why I have the anchor point. That kind of ties everything together. Makes it nice and easy to keep everything tracked. And then when we animate it in game, it'll all come together. So this one, the energy charge here might get its own anchor because it's kind of centered around the top there of this orb, so everything could go from here and come back out, but everything else is going to be anchored on this because that's where the ground position's going to be. Hey, Mathias V. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I can't say that. Matt, I'm gonna call you Matthias. How about that? Something Vania? No, it's not Vania. It's Viana? I thought maybe it was a Castlevania reference. No, my bad. Matthias Viana? I'm sorry, I'm terrible at that. Welcome, though. Sorry for butchering just your name. Anyway, I did reposition some of the effects. I think I aligned them better than what they had previously been. So I think everything looks pretty cool now. It would be dope to be a Castlevania reference, so yeah, right? How am I doing? I'm feeling a little under the weather, to be quite honest, actually. My throat hurts, and I feel all stuffed up, so I don't know what's going on. But we'll see how long the throat holds out, right? I mean, so far so good, but it is a little painful to talk. Yes, that is a sprite, and hello, Carlos Manuel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is a sprite. So one of the other major changes I made is the bottom part here used to be much brighter, but I've dulled it since then because I think if you look at it, it kind of takes a lot of focus away from the top portion. So I added a dulled layer here, so you see that these are, see how that works? This is the bright, this is the dull. And the only bright frame I have is this one because this is when the lightning kind of like shocks through, so I think that works, that the whole thing illuminates, but then after it gets dark again. And you kind of see that anyway with the lightning strike up here, it gets dark. So I think it'll all work. Hey! I can't read. That's funny. You can't read it on the background. It's so bright. Hold on. That was Quakezilla. Quakezilla. That's a cool name. Thanks for the follow, man. That's a cool name. I like that. You've been playing the demo past few days. Very nice job. Well, thank you very much. I'll tell you what. Compared to the current version, that demo, man, that demo's trash. I can't lie. That demo's pretty trash compared to what the current version is. Just wait till this one drops. Holy crap, it's miles better. Miles. Hey! Harsimus? Harsimus? Is that how it said? Harsimus? Well, thank you. Thank you for the follow. I'm trying to read it from over. I got it. It's like 2 monitors away. Trying to look at the other side. Thanks for all the dev vlogs. Well, thank you for watching them, man, and thanks for showing up. So yeah, I decided to de-emphasize the brightness of this, and I think that works. So it's only bright here, and then it kind of just fizzles out, and that way it's not too distracting. So the main flash you see is really the brightest part of this, and then from here, so if I like add the character, and you can kind of see how that all works. And the character themselves also flashes during this, so it creates a big bright white frame. And I like that. I think that looks cool. And then it dissipates from there. I think what we'll have to do is spread this out a little bit, where this part with the energy charge, it's gonna need more time to show before this starts going off down here. So I think in game we have a lot more control over how many frames something, you know, lasts, and we'll screw around with that in game, and then we'll get it looking good. But I do like this. This was actually part of and of course this is gonna be it's in here. Yeah, so this was actually, we referenced this from Alpha 2. So this, see where it all comes in, and then it pops out in like a shockwave. That's what I'm trying to simulate here. But I think this is gonna have to have more time than I've given it in the actual animation here. It's gone a little too fast. I don't think we need more frames of animation, but you can see this actually lasts quite a few frames in Alpha 2 before it decides to go. And I think I've actually even cut frames out of here. So this is actually even less than you normally see, but then see it turns into a little shockwave and that explodes. In this case, we've got the SNK style max mode, and I think that'll work out all right. It's just gonna need a little more time, but again, we're gonna export all the sprites, and it'll be much easier to time all this in the thing. King Pepe sends regards. Let's see, the devlogs have been helpful when thinking about how to make a fighting game. Well, thank you. I'm glad that they've been helpful. Fighting games are really complicated. I wouldn't say that they're necessarily like distinctly difficult, but they're just so complicated that getting all of this stuff to work together, that's the real difficulty of it. It's kind of like, oh, it's just 2 characters in a box, right? Yeah, sure, kind of, but it has to be very accurate, and it has to be it has to all work together. There's so many parts that work together, where in other games they kind of just systems work on their own and they just do their own things. But in fighting games, it's so tied together that it really amps up the complexity of each and everything. Yeah, that's a spam bot. It's fine. That spam bot hits everybody. It's always a new one. Don't worry about it. We don't care about the spam bots. But yeah, so let's export it and actually put it in here. So I'm going to turn the anchor off because I don't need it for this one. Actually, I'm going to make its own anchor. So if we, can we duplicate? Yeah, let's duplicate that. And we'll call it anchor charge. I don't know, I called it absorb here. This should just be charge effects. And charge lines. I know, absorb kind of works as absorbing energy, but I don't know. It sounds strange to say it that way. So let's see. We want to move just this layer into here, and then we'll take a look at how that looks. That looks good. And we can export here. I'm gonna say power max activation charge. I would just call it power max FX charge. 100%. Wait, no, we don't want this. I'm sorry. We want export sprite sheet. My bad. Okay, so power max effects charge. And layout, we want to merge duplicates and ignore empty. We only want. Oh no, hold on. We can't do it that way. I don't think you can select multiple layers there. We're just gonna have to turn off all the other ones. My bad. So that we only see these layers here. Yeah, that's all we want. Because we do want this anchor here, and we're gonna use that to make sure all of our things are lined up in Unity. So again, ignore duplicates, ignore empty. It's got one, that's fine. Oh, let's see, we got question. If I had questions about where to start, what would be the best way to ask them? I have to go back to some web dev right now. Yeah, just ask them. I mean, you can leave them on, you can leave comments on the YouTube or the Facebook or whatever. I'll try to help like with what I can. I mean, there's only so much time I can dedicate to it, but it's just the nature of time consumption. But yeah, if I can help, I'll definitely help. I've got resources built up from people asking over the years. So if you need C++, or if you need C#, we know good old Bob's got you covered. I should make that like an auto response, just like exclamation point C#. It just brings up Bob Tabber. The bot's broken though, and the new system doesn't work with all the different platforms, so that's gonna be a little bit. Yeah, I wish it was that easy. I just gotta take the time to make a new one. But yeah, leave your questions. You can leave them on YouTube or Discord. You know what? Discord. How about that? Here. That's probably actually a better place to do it. Check out the Discord server. Then you can like ask me in real time. And so like if there's any back and forth, it'll be a little more manageable. Anyway, so let's see. We want to output as power max FX charge. I'm not 100% this will look super cool or not. Might be hard to see because it's only white, but we'll mess with it. If it doesn't look good, then we don't have to use it. Okay, now that we have that, we want to take off the anchor for charge. We want to take out the charge. I'm gonna re-export the basic effects. I know I've already gotten it. I already have it exported into the game, but it's kind of a sloppy sprite sheet, so yeah, there you go. Cool. Yeah, no problem. Have a good one, man. What do I even call this? Base, I guess? It's kind of the basis for the whole thing. Yeah, base, whatever. It's fine. As long as I understand what it is, it's alright. Okay, looks like everything... Merge duplicates, ignore empty. Okay, export that. Now we start getting more complicated ones. the Shockwave. Wait, Shockwave below. What one is that? Oh, that's not the one. We want this one. And this is just a simple Shockwave here. Just came to see how the sprites are made, affects character stages. Yeah, well, this is the stream for it right here. This is definitely the one. Okay. Make sure it's not getting anything we don't want. Looks alright. So power max. Oh man, what should we really call it? I mean, I called 3 things Shockwave in this file. That's probably not really a great name, although it is kind of Shockwave. I'd say ground Shockwave, I guess. I don't know. I guess they're both underground. I don't know. We'll call the other one main Shockwave? I don't know. Things get really messy when you have so many different files and similar things. Okay, so this one, this is for the backside of the Shockwave. So see, these things work in tandem here. There's a front and back, and the reason there's a front and back is because, especially you can see it with Chun-Li, you need one to go behind and you need one to go ahead. So, is that the right alignment? It looks alright, I guess. No, it's not really though. Look, it goes on different. I shuffled things around a little bit before we started, so I don't think that that is particularly in the right spot here. It seems alright. Seems like it's, I don't know, I guess it's alright. See, without Chun. Feels like it's not aligned though. Let me pull up my previous file. That's Armor Max. This is, that's, I need to look for the A-Spray version. Here's the other one. Alright, let's take a look. Let's see what it looked like in this frame. It's a little bit different here, but you know what, actually, let's get rid of Chun. Let's get rid of the base here. I know we can compare them directly. Oh, and get rid of that. And also get rid of Chun here. Yeah, that is not right. It is definitely off. So, I don't know about the rest of these. These all might actually be off to a degree. Alright, we're gonna have to re-verify these. I had a feeling I was gonna run into this. So in this one here, if we move this, this should be aligned with that. It is not, of course. It looks a little strange, but no, okay, now it's alright. So if we look at this one, yeah, this one looks right. That one's alright. We'll go to this one. This one's not right. This is one away from that peak, so we'll line it up that way, right? What was it, this? Oh, it's taller too. Yeah, there we go. Now it's right. Okay. Wait, I hope that's not messing up the other layers. No, that looks right. That looks right. I think. Just making sure I got this right, because this is important. Yeah, that looks good. This now looks right. And let's get rid of the little shockwave on the bottom so we can see better. And this one, it's off by like just a bit. So we need, it's gonna be on the second step right in the middle. So second step right in the middle, it's gotta be here. and it's going to be, does that look right? Yeah, they're slightly off from each other. I think it's, yeah, it's got to be one higher. Okay, all right, and I think that's it. Now we can export these, and we have to make sure they're in the right orientation, because this dot here needs to be in the correct orientation for all of them. You want to make a Street Fighter Cross Tekken Pocket Edition? Oh boy, I tell you, it'd be a lot of work. I'll tell you that much. It would not be an easy task. But if you could do it, it'd be one hell of a thing. Alright, so now that we've got all that, we're going to only do the above, or I guess the lower portion? I call it the above portion because it's above the characters. And this is our sprite sheet here. Can't wait for the full release? Me too. To be quite frank. Me too, man. It's killing me. The net play is sucking the soul out of my body. Main Shockwave above. Export. And now we want to do the below. Main Shockwave below. And then we did the small shockwave already. I think that's it, right? Okay, let's take a look at our folder here. I think they're right here, right? Yeah. So here's the base, the charge, the ground shockwave, main shockwave above, main shockwave back. And that should be it. So we're gonna drag these into Unity now. And we'll have to re-export them without the red dot, but we need the red dot to give us an idea of where the anchor needs to go, and the anchor like adjusts where the sprite is. Alright, so we don't need the fighter folder, we do need the effects. Here's armor max activation, here's power max activation. I want to make a new one here. So I'm gonna put an old folder. And I'm gonna move all the sprites out of here into here. And that's fine, we can move things around. They won't disappear. But at least now I've got a different, I got a separation there. Alright, so all these are going to be set to multiple sprites, as we have multiple in each sheet. Full rect, no physics, no filtering, and no compression, because that all looks terrible on sprite work. Oh shoot, you know what? I made a mistake here. We need, and I can fix this real quick. I forgot the important step to optimize these. Here, right. I forgot to optimize the sheets. Where are they? There they are. That's my bad, that's my bad. I skipped a step. The true next step, I'm getting ahead of myself today. The true next step is to get all of these kind of in like a single file line. And I gotta remember that those are actually separated here. Because that actually looks like it would fit the other one, right? Geez, how are we gonna do that? I guess if this one was moved up to the top, and then this one is moved up to the top. No, they both still. That's interesting. What I will do then, I'm just gonna make a little mark here. And And then we'll know that that's part of that sprite. We can't get them mixed up here. Do them 2 away from each other, 1 away from the border. So, 1, 2, and 1 away from the top. And that works. And then all we do from here is we just close them in. And this is how we optimize. We use the least amount of space necessary in order to get everything on one sheet here. There, that should be all right. And then, okay. Then we can actually save that. And we'll do it for this one too. We don't need the first dot, just a blank. Alright, this one's a little trickier, so what I like to do is I like to line it up so that's 1 away, 2 away, right? And then you can use this dotted line as a guide to say, yes, those are definitely 2 away from each other. So 1, 2. And this helps save RAM, save on resources, just makes everything a little faster in the game. You don't want it processing, even though it's like transparent stuff in the background, that still counts as file space. So you want to be very careful about that. No, it's not super important for low-res games with the power that we have from the computers nowadays, but I still think it's good to be as efficient as possible, especially if we're going to try to do rollback netcode. Because rollback netcode needs to run the game several times its normal speed in order to actually work. And if you have too much stuff bogging it down, then it's going to get messy. So optimization is pretty important. You'll hear that word used for code and resources and all sorts of things. In this case, it's just a resource. Okay, that all looks good. Save that. That one's pretty simple. I can tell what frame is apart from what. Oh hey, this one's gonna be a little hard to see. Can we... Nah, I guess it's alright. I was gonna say, can we just change the background color? But I think it'll be okay. I just gotta be careful. 1, 2. Okay, that's lined up, and we'll line it up with the top. In this case, we could center it. It don't have to necessarily be lined up at the top, but I think it's just faster to do it that way when you're shuffling things around. And then finally the little core here. In which case we can actually just put this down here, because we don't need to do additional space. In fact, we want to get a little fancy with this. 1, 2. Could we get away with it down here? Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, we can. Here, how's this for optimization? We don't even need all this space up here. We just do it like this. How about that? Cram it right in the corner there. Now we don't have to worry about it. I believe when you're doing 3D stuff, when you're doing like skins and textures, I believe they call this texture packing. Or UV packing. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But they do have to do this with skins. They've got to kind of fit everything together, almost like a jigsaw puzzle. And you can get programs to do that kind of thing, but it seems the preferred method is to just have the human do it, because the human will know better how to figure out that kind of thing. Alright, this one's going to be very easy. And if you wanted to get really neurotic with this, you could start rotating stuff. clean pixel art, you only want to rotate 90 degrees or 180 degrees. But it's not necessary for this kind of project. Hey! Okay, K-Hold Chaos 64? Am I saying that right? You guys and your names. They're cool, but I'm looking at them and I'm like, I feel like I don't know how to read anymore. Oh, there's the red dot. Okay. And yeah, same thing with this. I think if we go vertically, we'll be okay here. I think that'll be the best way to go about this. And again, this one should be pretty simple. I don't expect this one to be too bad. 1, 2. Make sure we get it down proper size. Oh, I get it. It's Cold Chaos. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't read. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. That's cool. That's cool. That's a good way to put it. It's kind of like a Mortal Kombat way to say it, I guess. That's cool. Now here we might have an optimization chance. I have a feeling it's not going to fit exactly. Yeah, I think this would have to get, let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, it's still got an overhang on it. So you're not really saving too much. But I guess you're saving a little bit. Yeah, just make sure that that's 2 from each other. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. We can do that. Everything's anchored, so it kind of really doesn't matter where it is. As long as we do them in... As long as we splice them out in the right order in Unity. And as long as they're not touching each other, then they'll be fine there. So we save some time there. Or some space, rather. Okay, now let's copy these new ones, and we can go to Unity and just replace these. As long as they have the same file names, you can just replace them and Unity will update for you. There we go. Okay, so all these, they're all set to multiple. Alright, let's get splicing. I follow you on YouTube for a while, and I've been liking your progress, by the way. It's inspiring. Well, thank you. That's actually really... That's, like, really nice to say. I never would have expected inspiring to be the words for anything that I've ever done. That means a lot. Thank you. It's just kind of interesting to think about that. Oh, it's on something. There you go. As long as we slice these in the right order. I think they call them slice? Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's called slicing. You could call it splicing. You can call it anything. Now, in this one's easy. Is the red dot is inside the box here. But I'll show you what to do if the anchor is not inside the box. So you're not wasting space. Okay, and then you just apply. I'm using the top left corner. Here is my anchor. Again, it's just a guide, and we're going to remove that red dot eventually. But we do want to, let's see, pixels. I was so glad they added this pixel thing. I used to have to make a spreadsheet. Can you even see that? No, you can't see it because it's like, here, hold on. I was gonna say it's covered up. This, you can change it from normalized, is like decimals and shit. It basically, on the sprite, this is 0 and this is 1, and then it gradiates normalized. So you can get sub-pixel accuracy if you want. If you like want to put it like right in the middle, or you want to put it anywhere. They never used to have the pixel part of it until recently, and holy crap, that's a godsend. Because I used to have to make spreadsheets and calculate where everything's supposed to be and measure it out manually, and it was such a pain and took so much time when I could just do this. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. And there we go. So as long as we do them in the right order, they'll be in the right order. I mean, even if we did them out of order, it kind of doesn't matter. we could always correct it later, and we can always just kind of run with it, and that's alright. Because we can animate them in any order we want. Let's see. Comments. I've seen some game dev before, but I've never seen someone make their own fighting game from the ground up before, so I think it's the coolest, and it makes me want to do my own. Well, I'm glad. Oh, throat's killing me. I need some water. It's killing me here. I don't know if I got strep throat or what. Something's killing me, though. It's hurting on the left side. It feels like where your tonsil would, like, start flaring up, I think. I don't know, whatever. There's always something, right? So excuse me if I take extended little sip breaks here. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. And that's cool that it makes you want to make your own. It's fun making games. A lot of work, but it's fun. I very much enjoy it. It's the most fulfilling thing that I've ever done. Alright, and pixels. It's a little harder to see our red dot here because it's red, but it does stand out. It is its own unique color among the palette. Just gotta figure out, there he is. And again, as long as you do these in order, you're fine. You can redefine these if you need to. If you screw up and say this one was the first one, you can always just like drag this over here and resize it and redo it, but that's alright. We did it right the first time. We're all good. Oh yeah, and here's this one, which I'll have to be a little more careful with. We're doing top left, right? Okay, so here's our first anomaly. Number one, we don't want anything outside the sprite, so even this, we do not want. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I think this goes all the way here, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is all one big thing. So what we can do here to avoid having to include the dot is you can actually, stupid enough, you can just drag it down here. This anchor doesn't have to be inside the box. And we don't want to include this pixel up here. That was just informing us that, hey, this goes along with this sprite here. And we're probably going to end up with the same idea here. Yeah, and then it'll be outside, but that's okay. And the last one, it'll be inside, and that's okay too. And we'll be getting rid of these red dots again very shortly. And I think that's it. So, it is time to get rid of red dots. There's two ways we can do this. Some of them are easy enough where you can just literally change them out. You can just erase them. Like this one. I don't think any of this is necessary to keep around. They're not interfering with anything, they're not overlapping anything, so we can just erase that and be done with it. Ones like this, not so clear cut. We can do that one. But the others we're gonna have to take a quick look at. This one, easy. They're not overlapping anything, so we'll just do that. The extreme answer is that you re-export the frames. We don't want to do that if we don't have to. I don't know about that one. This one's easy because there's nothing but white in the middle. So we're gonna have to look at a couple of these. This one, yeah, this one's gonna get re-exported. So what I will do is erase these, but we'll re-export the frames. Let's see, base effects, turn those off, turn that off, and that, and we get just this, right? Okay. Export, no. Export sprite sheet. I'll just do that, that's fine. You know what, I should have told it to open up. You can tell it to open up that file. where is it? Right here? And really all you have to do is just cut and paste. Because you know these ones are clean. Easy peasy. That way you know that if anything was erased, any gaps exist, they'll get overwritten. At least this is the way that I do it. The problem is, like, you could export them and just like toggle the layers. The problem with that is that you don't get the optimized layout here. And even if it tried to optimize it with the anchor may interfere with the optimization as well. So, okay, that one's done. This is the one that we butchered to do that. Okay. This one should be easy enough to just eyeball, right? If we look here, there's this trifecta of 3. Yeah, and there's nothing in the middle, so that tells us we can just do that, save that, and we're done with that one. The only one in question now is the front Shockwave, and that should be easy peasy. Yeah, alright, and then we'll re-export these with the same name, it doesn't matter. And we'll say open sheet this time so we don't have to... Oh, excuse me. So we don't have to... Oh, excuse me again. We don't have to go digging for it. Okay. And we'll just line them up. Easy peasy. Same thing as last time. Except this time they don't have... Oh, I think that one didn't need it, but that's alright. This time I don't have the red dot on them, so that helps. Now this one I'll have to be careful. It looks like it should get overwritten, but because it's so close to the edge here, sometimes you can't really tell. So you gotta see how it disappears under it. Just gotta make sure that actually happens. Otherwise we'll just have to erase the dot. And that's it. Save. This doesn't matter. And we'll save that again. Okay. Now we've got our effects that are all cleaned of their anchors. Hold on. Before we do that, let's back these up, just in case we ever need it. There. Now let's override them. Got the 5. Place 5 files. Boom. We're all done. Now back here, and you can see we've got our sprites all nice, neat, and wrapped up. That brings us to max power activation. I guess it's called max spark. We can rename that. Power max activation effects. And if we open this into its own little thing here, then you'll see, well, these are the old, yeah, they're called max spark. I originally didn't have power max and armor max, it was just max mode. And then I created a second one, so that's alright. We are actually going to get rid of this. Oh, flicker controller depends on it. I'm guessing this is based on key energy. Yeah. You know what? Let's do it this way. We're going to have to make this a multi-segmented thing. So, oh, you can't move that, can you? Can we copy it then? Can't do it there. Can do it here. Paste component is new. There we go. Then our object pool. Oh, here it is. The flicker. Copy component and paste is new. So each of these are going to get their own sprite to work with. Let's see. Now we can get rid of this. Remove that. remove that. Because remember, it came in layers. We're gonna have to actually animate it in layers too. Oh, we can reset that, that's fine. Where are we? Right here. Okay. Should be able to keep everything at 1:1, but if we do have to change anything, then we can absolutely change that. And from here, we want power max. Power max base. That's what we're working for. Or working with, rather. Yeah. And then we're going to copy and paste. This will be main shockwave above. Let's see, is this on the right layer? It's on the hit spark layer. I'm going to say, yeah, no, that's good actually. Let's keep it on the hit spark layer, and then the over effects can be the shockwave over, and then under effects can be the shockwave. Wait, this is over fighter, under fighter, over fighter, overall. Okay, never mind. We're gonna do it this way. We'll do over fighter 0, and what you can do here is you can do over fighter and just make it like 1000 or something, and that will basically render over everything on that layer. So whatever your number here, negatives go below and positives go above, and etc. Excuse me. Quick, cheap, and easy way to handle that. As my tablet goes to sleep. No! Log in again! Oh no, yeah, do my cache password, because that's safe. Hey, it actually saved the chat history. How about that? I'm very happy about that, actually. I mean, I've got it in another window just in case anything bombs, but it's always good to know that that actually works. Okay, and then copy and paste. And this will be shockwave below. Oh yeah, let's change this here too. So power max effects. Not the charge, not that. Yeah, this one, right? Yeah. The above. And this one, power max. Shockwave below. Everything should just kind of line up on its own. Because we did those anchors. Really, really does save on time. Paste. Ground shockwave. I think that's the last component to this. Oh no, it'll be the charge. We'll have to have the charge too. So ground shockwave, it's gonna be this one. Just to make sure we can see it, I'm gonna select this one. These sprites are just like, just to view it in editor, essentially. They'll get overwritten by their respective. Oh, we gotta change the material too. It doesn't really mess anything up, but I did create a custom sprite material so that if I do have to change properties in the future, then I should be able to just change it and everything will change all at once. If they're on sprites default, you can't really edit that. It's just kind of a built-in one. So you don't really want that. Oh yeah, the below one, this one's gonna have to be 0. This is gonna be under fighter. And then this one actually is gonna have to be below everything. So after images shadow. Wow, it's actually, yeah, it's interesting that I don't want to put it below the shadow though, but the after images are actually behind the under fighter effects. I don't know if that should be that way or not. Well, I'm just gonna do -1000. It's a cheap way to do it, but it works, right? So this one's 0, of course, it's gonna be in the middle, and this is gonna be under it because it's -1000. And then, yeah, we do have one more. I'll call it the charge. Now this one we will actually have to move. because this has a different kind of anchor to it. So we would want that like up here. We'll adjust these as we need. It's not going to be an exact science here. And this is going to have to be over. We can just do 0 because these other ones won't be in the way at this point. Yeah, alright, that looks alright. It's alright, I think we got that down. So, the next thing here, I'm actually gonna turn this off. And we'll create a new one. So, power max activation FX. And now we just start doing them. Let's see, this is the base, right? Did it record that? It didn't record that. Why didn't it record that? Yes? Yes? Wait, hold on. This is why. And if I go here, if I select, oh, there we go. Yeah, it's working now. Base 0, base 1, base 2, base 3. Did I miss something? Uh-oh, my chat broke. It updated on one side, it didn't update here. Hold on, let me refresh. Of course, now it's gonna wipe it, right? Okay, so it says, that's because fighting games are hard AF to make and even harder to make good ones. We're watching a unicorn in the misty moonlight. I appreciate that. I don't know. I don't see myself as quite that, but I would say that a lot of it comes down to complexity. You have to know what looks very informative to a player. And you have to know what feels good to do. And there's a lot of synergy, like the style of motion that you use on the controller can absolutely, like, it has synergy with the, I don't know how to put it. It has synergy with the move itself. So, like, take the donkey kick, for example. Doing a half circle makes sense because the motion that Ryu does looks kind of like a half circle, and it's longer to input than a Hadouken because you got that wind up, right? Like, so you feel the wind up when you input the move, like Ryu feels the wind up, and then you see the wind up, the heavy wind up in the animation, and it all sort of makes sense. So keeping those things in mind really help. And keeping a control scheme that is sensible. I see a lot of developers don't think about, oh hey, on controller, and not on stick, but on pad, when you stretch your thumb between, what's the buttons here? Yeah, A and Y on an Xbox controller, that's really hard to do. Don't do something like that. That's very uncomfortable. For a stick user, it's fine, but for other users, it's just not, it's not fun. Okay, so I want above. I'm just getting all the frames laid out here, and then we will mesh them all together, and it will look cool. I'm not doing any timing yet. I want to see what it looks like in motion. Okay, I'll copy this, put that there. This way we've got blank before and after. Actually, that should be right up against it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and we'll move all this out as well. And we got to do this for each layer. And then we'll start, like, overlapping them. Not related to the content of this stream tonight, but have you thought about adding Ryu's jumping mid-punch or medium punch? I have. The reason I haven't is because, well, the reason I haven't added it, rather, to be clear, is because he doesn't have sprites for them. He doesn't. These were most of the sprites we take from the Neo Geo Pocket games, right? And so he never had him. He just had the light punch, heavy punch, light kick, heavy kick, and then the forward heavy kick. So what I did as sort of a, how do I want to put this? Kind of like compensation for not having that. His air light punch actually acts in the way that the medium punch would have worked. In other words, you can special cancel it, and it also causes a juggle state if you use the light punch. Will I ever go back and add the jumping medium punch? I don't know. I mean, functionally we have that for now, and that's cool. I'm not too worried about it, but at the same time, it would be nice to have it. So that's kind of a maybe, you know? Who knows, man? But yeah, remember that tip when the online gets here. Is you can do light punch in the Tatsu, kind of like you could do jumping medium punch in the Tatsu. And yeah, and in fact it probably connects better than the jumping medium ever did. Okay, and then that's for this part. Oh, that looks strange, doesn't it? Maybe that's right. I don't know. Maybe it just looks weird. We'll see when everything's overlapped. Alright, and then ground shockwave. This one's easy enough. That one. That one. And that one. Yeah, I tried to think like if there aren't sprites for something, or if I can give a similar functionality with something else, I'd really try to do it. Because I know some people have certain ideas about the characters and what their abilities are and so forth. And Terry's a good example where I eventually just decided that he just needed his close heavy punch. There was no way around it. It just didn't feel right to play Terry without that close heavy punch. So I did go back and add that. Oh wait, hold on. Get it recording, you gotta change the value here. And that was a few weeks ago we did that. That was fun, actually. That was really good animation practice. Okay, here we go. Now we've got everything here. We gotta start kind of lumping things together. So, the animation's gonna start with this. It's gonna pull in. Now, what did we conclude last time? Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't work on this on stream, so... yeah, let's get all the... Put all the layers on here. Okay. This is supposed to be 32, 32, 30... Oh, that's 96? Okay. But the idea is that it gets slower as it goes down. So 2 frames, 2 frames, maybe 3 frames, and then we'll hold for 4? Let's try that. See how that works. All the way up. And then once that's out, we need to bring this in. Bring it in front. So once this becomes invisible, boom, we see the shockwave here. And I'm guessing that this is probably just a frame. No, it's 2 frames. Really? It's 2 frames? Okay. No, that's fine. 2 frames, 1 frame, 2 frames. Okay. That's alright. That's alright. And then here, this one might turn into 3, and this one might turn into 4. Generally want to slow these down as things spread out. And that should do that well. But again, we'll tinker. And this is the back. We don't want that one just yet. We want the front one. And that's going to have to come... Where? Here. There. Yeah, it's going to end up something like that. And now this is the back half. Yeah. So the back half here is just going to mirror this. Again, we'll spread these out as necessary. But that's the basic idea. So, and then pop out. And now these will also have flickering and stuff applied to them, but you don't see that in animation, but you will see that when it fully works out here. Let's see. Then the last bit is this. I guess we'll pull this over too. It should just line up with these. They're all on 2s right now, but that'll change. But they line up pretty well. So the first thing we need to do here, this is apparently only supposed to last 1 frame. So we'll pull this in, and we'll put this in, but we'll leave the shockwave alone. Let's see. This should probably be 2 frames only, and this should dissipate around here. Maybe 1 here. Doesn't have to disappear immediately, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. In fact, we can take a look. Yeah, I think it needs to come in 1. That looks alright. Cool. And alright, so how were these here? This was 1 frame. This is 2 frames. 1 frame, 2 frames. I expect this is gonna be, like this says 48. Oh, so that's 3 frames. Don't know if I want to do it at that rate or not. 2. See, that was 3, 3. That one's 4. Yeah, so the last one you do want to linger. 2, 2. And what I want to do is all the way out here, we're just gonna plant another frame. This way we can see the gap here. Okay. So one thing I do want to change is this here. I think this should linger 1 more. This is where I say we can start to get really complicated with the timing. And we can start having these overlapping segments. I feel like this is not fast enough, but actually it looks pretty good though. In fact, this charge one we might not use the. Oop, we don't want that animated. We might not use the flicker effect. If we do that, we can make this shorter. We don't have to worry about the flicker hiding things. Oh, this music's soft. Let me turn that up. This is from Final Fight 3. Final Fight tracks are always pretty soft. There, we don't want it to linger, right? Just shoot, and then pop out. Yeah, that looks alright. That's a decent effect. So we need to go back here now, and this new animation file we are not looping, and let's get rid of that one frame out in the middle of nowhere. We gotta check the pool, make sure that the right Power Max effect is there. That is the one we're doing. Yeah, that looks pretty cool actually. So it should just be there. Now, it's not going to be lined up with the animation, but we'll make sure that it's all set. We're going to use our standard Ryu. I think he'll be the easiest one to edit, and then we can adapt all the other characters based on what we find here. So, let's do this one. This one's actually really, it's gonna pop out on this one, be easy to see. So, it's gonna be there, it's just not going to be, yeah, it's gonna look weird. Oh no! My thing broke. Alright, hold on. I'm guaranteed that that's the song title thing. Yeah, it is. Okay. There we go. It should be back.
Is it back?
Yeah, it looks like it's back. Yeah, anyway, so you see that looks wonky. Doesn't look right. Part of that is because the old effect used a different anchor. So when we go to the pool here, we want the activation. Let's see. The actual profile for it may be somewhere else, but I think we can just get to it from Ryu's thing here. So we do max activation. We want to see where the creation is. Start max activation, load hitbox data, create max activation spark. We're gonna move that to the front of the animation. And I'm going to take a wild guess in that this is going to be, it's either going to be somewhere here or it's going to be in, I bet it's in common spark data, max activation, super activation, parry, power max mode. Power max activation. There's the spawn. Okay. This is what we want. See where the offset is -8. I'll turn that to 0. And let's actually see where this ends up now. Oh yeah, there it goes. It's right on target now. Boom! Yeah, how about that? How about that? Okay, you barely see that first frame. I think we've got time to let it do its thing. So let's go. Oh, let's make sure that this is actually completely on target here. Alright, so if Ryu is active here and... Oh, we don't see it there. Well, we'll do that frame, that's fine. Oh, it flickered out of existence. It's funny. Can I get it to come back? No, it's not. That's funny. That's alright. We'll do this frame. Just want to make sure that it looks like it's in the right spot. So it's like 2 down from the top there. Yeah, no, it's perfect. It's perfect. I think it's moved to the left 1, but whatever. That's fine. It is way more on target than I kind of expected, so. Alright, there's another thing we have to contend with here, and that's the timing of... Excuse me. Oh, need a sip. It's going to be the timing of when he stomps down and then flashes. So we're actually a frame off here, but that's fine. We can adjust all this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My analog's wearing out here. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty cool already. But we do have some fine tuning to go. So first things first, I want to disregard like Ryu flashing and stuff. We'll do that after because we're going to change some of the frames here. Power max activation. Here. Is it? No, that's not it. This one? Here it is. We're gonna give more time to the whole charge up here. Let's see how that looks. It actually starts, funny enough. Wait, where is this? It's hard to see here. But you can't really see it, it's too small, right? Oh, no, that's the base. I'm sorry, this is the charge. Here we are. Okay, we want this one. This one's the one where it disappears, I believe. If I can grab it here. We'll front load it with a null, and then we'll go forward. That way it's disappeared on the first frame. Because you did notice perhaps that it would actually show up on this frame, and not this frame. So it's actually showing up before things got dark. And now we want that. Boom. I actually still feel like this can be delayed some frames. Yeah, more like that, right? It might be a little hard to imagine here because his foot's coming down before it should, but I'm looking pretty much just at the effects and not anything else. But it does give us a bigger anticipation phase, and that's always fine. So we're gonna want to stomp down actually not this frame. Let's see, the base one's gonna activate. So frame 16, but -1 because we buffered this. It might be on 16. Might be on 16. Frame 16, we want his foot to touch down. Let's try it just on 16 here. Here. So this actually has to move out a bit to here. Again, it gives us more anticipation, which just makes it a little more heavy. And that's just kind of cool, so it's alright. What is this frame for? What is body position? What is that for? Hold on. This goes... It doesn't change anything. Okay, we don't need this node done. Oh. Oh, this also lengthens the... Oh shoot, hold on. This also lengthened the animation. We do not want to lengthen the animation. We just want it to be delayed. Okay, so he starts with his bandana going up, right? So if we start here, we're going to remove this. Move this only to here. And move this here. Now we've got to redo the animation here. Okay, those are the same frames. We can get rid of this one. There, and now they'll go back and forth. Maybe this will look cool, maybe it won't. We'll see. Oh, that's some hella anticipation, actually. That's a bit much, probably. You think he's about to bring the world under, right? I don't know, it's kind of cool, but I think it hangs a little too much. Just a bit. Boom! Slam! Yeah, just too much. I'll probably knock it down like 2 or 3 frames. But again, yeah, this is why we experiment with here. So, let's do Ryu first. Max activation. We're just gonna play 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna play it here. That's a bit better. We'll reduce it by 3. Let's see what we can do. And that would put this one here. Yeah, I guess that works. Either frame seems like it goes into that fine. Yeah, that'll be alright. We don't necessarily have to fix this up right away, but it's not too bad. Okay, so I moved that 3 to the left. So now we have to go back to max power max activation and go to... Is this the animation? No. Power max effect? Here's the animation. And then we move this whole thing back 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and let's try it again. Okay, that's a little better. There. Still got good anticipation, but it's not overstaying its welcome. Let's go. I do like the energy charge though. Like he's really pulling stuff in. And that's it. Let's go. Oh, that... I thought I had enough to do that, but I didn't. Oh, that's right. He's set to. Let's change to Terry. Terry's set to do a physical attack. Oh, I picked random, didn't I? Yeah, that's alright. We do have to see it on other stages. Just hope it's not the train one. Okay, because the train one shakes the camera, and it's a little hard to develop on. Yeah. Oh, I messed it up. Uh-oh. Oh, that worked. Oh, I didn't have EX. I didn't have enough. Let's do that again. Ugh. Ugh. I think it looks cool. I think it looks really cool. Suck it in. Boom. I am afraid that the effect after is maybe a little too fast, but we can adjust that. We'll let's step through it, see what it looks like. In editor, I don't run at 60 frames per second, so the flickering may also look a little off here. But when you build a release build, it's fine, and we'll check that after. I feel like that shockwave on the lowest shockwave might do best to stick around for a little bit. And this might actually do good to flicker. Oh, we can do that with animation. We can flicker it on. We can start the flicker script. Boom. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't linger enough. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back. I feel like it doesn't linger quite enough. So. We got the stage I didn't want. The camera bounces a bit, and it's fine. It's like alright to play on, but when you're developing stuff, it can get a little like offset on a pixel, and I don't like it. Let's go to Osaka. Ooh. Yeah, the darkening screen really helps with the effect coming in. You can really see it. Okay, so first things first. In fact, actually, we do have to turn this off, because I do have to load this object up. At this point, we do want to activate this here. Then it'll flicker, and then it'll go through its thing. Okay, that's fine. Now at this point, that saves for 2. Saves for 1 is fine. 2. That one is 3 already? Hold on. 3. Oh, I'm looking at, let's see, this is 2, 2. 3 and 4. Okay, and then down here, I'm gonna make these 3 and 4 as well. But they will disappear at different rates. And they do all flicker too. I don't believe that this lasts long enough. Yeah. Okay. This might be a little better. Let's eyeball it, see what we get. Yeah. Well, flicker also influences the effect, so you don't really know until you see it in action. Alright, I think that does look a little better. Yeah, and then it kind of like lasts longer through the effect of the time stop. Oh, maximized the wrong one. Here. Boom, boom. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. You don't need to do that. Oh! I didn't jump with that. Now you can do something like that. Oh, you got around. Shit, that looks good. That does look good. It really looks like he's just pulling in all the energy. I don't think that'll hit, will it? Yeah, that'll hit. Alright. Oh, let's go! Yeah, it looks a lot beefier, because this also looks better now than it did. Although looking at this, it's a little fancier. I might have to do something like that with this as well. I think maybe just the energy charge part might be enough to help this. But we'll see. We'll see. I think it looks cool now. Oh, that's not gonna hit. No. Oh, that will. Oh, that's right. I do have another effect that I was tinkering with throughout the week. I was waiting for the new Build of Unity download, and so I have a new Shinryuken effect. Wow, that does look cool. Especially the energy charge. Boom! Boom! I like it. I like it. It does look cool. Alright, one more time in slow motion. Hey! Damn musing. See, now that's an easy one to say. I got that one. Damn musing. Thanks for the follow. Oh. Yeah, the screen shake is very subtle, but it's there. If it's not there, you'll notice it though. Screen shake has to be noticeable only when it's absent. There are certain attacks, like the Shinryuken, you know that the screen shake's gonna be big. But on this, it shakes just a little bit when he hits his foot to the ground, but man, if you don't have it, it doesn't feel right. Especially when you do it in a combo. It's too much, especially when you're doing it in a combo. there's too much not screen shaking, and it looks kind of weird. It's just one of those little things. That doesn't work? No, it doesn't. How about light? Yeah, light works. Okay. Alright. To get the proper screen shake effects and the flicker timings and all that, we do have to build a project. And we can build 32-bit. That's fine. I don't really care. Let's clear this folder out. Okay, and now we can build in here. Yeah, it's kind of like hit stop. It's almost like a hit stop for the animation of the action. So hopefully if we didn't put anything in that broke the build, it should build fine. Come on! Go! Do it! Do it! You can do it! Okay, it's building the EXE. It's finished! Yay! Alright, cool. Let's take a look at it at full speed, 60 frames per second. I will go here. It's fine. Capcom had really good sound effects. That's a little loud, but yeah, what you gonna do? Hold on, let me turn that down. Hopefully it's not too loud. But we're just kind of taking a look at it. So as you can see, this is full 60 frames per second. We're doing okay here. So we want to make sure it looks like it's flickering correctly. Looking good to me. Yeah, it looks good full speed. Oh! No. Hey, I think we're good. Oh, we got that one. That one. Yeah, this one's way more fancy now. We'll have to do something about this one. We just redrew this one, so the pixel art looks really clean on it. But I feel like, I don't know, might need a little bit more. Do I have a plan for addressing infinites? Yes. Design things really well. And try not to design infinites. As long as you design your... It's complicated. You have to think about things like... Here's a good example. The amount of recovery and startup on the Light Tatsu lets you do this, but not another one. You know what I mean? You can't get another one because it's too slow, essentially. You can get this though, but the Shoryuken can't combo into itself, like the Tatsu. See, goes through. And in fact, even the heavy one doesn't work. So most of the things that can really juggle are EXs. So you have to spend meter. And since meter is a limited resource, you can't do things forever. You know what I mean? So sure, you could do this, but oh, that was actually a little too far. That's funny. Yeah, if you get them in the corner, you can do it. But other things like that whiffs, but that's intentional. You have to change it into this. It comes down to design. You have to really think about what's possible and what's not. So, say Ken can pretty much get away with murder right now at the moment. So what do you mean by that? Ken's got his own set of unique utilities. Ryu's not like the combo master. Ryu's more of a solid fishing for counters and frame data stuff. The other thing, I think this is actually broken. I think you can actually do this right now. Yeah, you won't be able to do this in the final. It's when moves land, there's a bug right now that allows you to cancel into anything, even if you're not supposed to. But if you didn't address anything like that, actually I think what it is, he falls faster than he should. Oh yeah. That's part of the bug about characters falling. Oh shoot, I picked the wrong one for him. So because Ken falls and he can immediately cancel even though he's not supposed to, that does happen. Yeah. Are you playing the current development build or are you playing the public build? I can't remember if he's got it in both or just one. I thought that was a bug that I created by accident. But yeah, right now, you can do this. That's not supposed to happen, but it's because he can take action as soon as he lands. Second most recent, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a bug that I introduced by accident. But yeah, that's not, it's not meant to be that way. It's just because when he lands with so much advantage because he can, for whatever reason, cancel the landing animation. But I'm working on that because I'm redoing the whole way that jumps work. So I'm going to be addressing all that in all one big update. Let's see. Sir Whatnot. That's a good name. I like that. Sir Whatnot. Oh, get him. Oh, Ken's got some shit though. Ah, my thumbs wore out. Hold on. Yeah, Terry's got a whole bunch of bugs right now. Oh! Yeah, Ken can do some shit. All that stuff, that's not a bug. That's all intentional. I think I changed the recovery on these too a little bit. So Ken's animation here is all goobered up, but that's because we didn't time him properly. But we'll get there. Yeah, so tell me what's the bug with Terry? Yes. Yeah. So Terry right now, where he's stuck in this midair state. Yeah, his attacks haven't been adjusted for the semi-new jump code. We were having glitches where I animated it. What happened when the animation goes up and comes back down? It's actually coming up and down based on an animation telling it to come up and down. The problem is when he lands on some of these animations, he almost gets to the ground, but he's off by like a friggin' micron, like the smallest possible value to be off by. And so the game gets confused, and it's like, he's standing, right? And then it's like, nah, he's really in the air, but he's standing, but he's in the air, but he's standing, and then it gets all confused and stuff. It's because the math is weird. So the heavy one right now actually brings him back down normally, but the light one doesn't. It's based off of, and believe it or not, computers are really bad at accurately calculating decimals. So when you start to divide and multiply very small numbers, you get these very small remainders, and eventually kind of loses track of that accuracy. And so he doesn't come back down by like a 0.000001 value, and then all of a sudden he's all goobered up. The way I fix this now is that like Ryu doesn't have this problem with the Shoryuken, because what happens when he gets to the top of the Shoryuken, code takes over to put him in the jump state and pull him back down with gravity. And that way he'll always land, no matter what. So even say like, kind of like back in the day when Street Fighter 2 had the car bonus stage, and you could jump on top of the car and stuff, Ryu's Shoryuken will be able to handle that kind of situation, because the code is taking over at that point, and it is bringing him back down to the ground as far or as short as it needs to be, and then it will land as it needs to. But Terry doesn't have that right now. And part of the reason I haven't fixed it yet is, again, because of, like I said, I'm going to be redoing the jump code anyway. So if I fix it now, I'm just going to have to fix it again, then, like, whenever I get to that, so it is what it is. Oh, I love that. I love that close, heavy punch. Oh, it's so cool. I fixed that one. Ah, I missed it. Well, essentially, when you're falling, the computer will overshoot it. It will actually send Ryu below the floor by a very tiny amount, but then the code will catch that, and it will just bump Ryu back up to the floor level, and then end the landing code. It's where this one doesn't go until it hits ground, it just goes until the animation script stops. And that just happens to be like a micron on top of the floor. And he doesn't fall on his own at that point, because he never activated the jump code at that point. But jumping will fix it, and then you're back to normal. It's just kind of weird. But it's just because computers are very bad at decimal math. That's the real truth. It sounds stupid, but it's 100% true. And that's part of why, that's part of the reason why it's taking so long to get the netcode in, because all of those inaccurate calculations, they're inaccurate randomly based on whether you're on Windows or Linux, based on whether or not you have an Intel or AMD processor, based on the motherboard you have, based on whether it's maybe it's an Android, which has a completely different processor type in it. And they all do these little calculations with slight little variances in the result. So if you're playing a Windows Intel build versus a Linux AMD build, the games won't sync up. They'll be off by just that tiny little bit. And as you can see, most of the time it's fine until you get something like this, and it's off by just a tiny amount, but it makes a difference and it screws the game up. I have to address every single instance of that in the entire game. And guess what? Unity is built to not do that. Unity is built with the inaccurate math, and they just kind of assume that you just go with it. So I basically have to reprogram 90% of what Unity's doing for me, and like make it not, like, you can force the computer to do an accurate calculation, it's just not the normal mode of operation. So it's like you can absolutely avoid that issue, but Unity does not do that on its own. And anything that Unity, any of the animation, any of the features that come with Unity are not accurate like that. And this is what we call deterministic, meaning that it's going to be the same result every time that you do the calculation. If it's not deterministic, then player 1 and 2 are going to get desynchronized at some point. Either the game's just going to screw up, like Terry's old screw up here, or it's just so funny. That's a hell of a kick too, right? Recovers pretty nicely. It's got a lot of hit stop on it, or hit stun. Yeah, get him. But yeah, you don't want issues like that, and over time, those little differences can add up, and say like, maybe I was just close enough to hit, or just close enough where it missed. But on the other guy's computer, on the other guy's game, I made that hit. Because the math was off by just a tiny amount. Or like a replay. When you get a replay going. And you have, like, you do the replay and all of a sudden you whiffed an attack in the replay, but you notice, hey wait, that hit. Why did that hit? Well, you gotta fix all that. And that's what takes the biggest amount of time. Because GGPO will not work without fixing all of that. Yeah, well, Street Fighter V has interesting rollback. Let's just put it that way. So it just the sheer amount of work to make all that deterministic is really the bulk of what's been going on behind the scenes. Like, I don't show so much of it on stream because it's heavy programming. I've showed some stuff here and there. Once I make like a breakthrough, I might show something, but the day-to-day, like, it's just grueling number calculation conversions, testing things to make sure it functions like Unity wants it to, and oh, it's a pain in the ass. It really is. But oh, I got tagged there. Ah! He side switched me. Oh, he didn't hit it till he landed. That's pretty funny. Wait, that should have hit. Come on. There we go. Oh. The program grind. Yeah, pretty much. Sorry, I was lost in thought there thinking, if you do this, can you get... No, it's not meaty. It could be, though. It could be. If you delay it, let's try to delay it. Oop. Oh yeah, immediate. Oh, it's hella unsafe on block though. It's just a curiosity. I would never actually want you to do that in a real match, but I guess it would work. Yeah, but they'd see it. They'd see it because of the screen stop, but I don't know. I don't think there's any invincibility on that move. I think that's just, yeah, just like a tiny bit. That one's not meant to be invincible, because it's a projectile. Like, I don't know, it's like a slower projectile thing. Like, Shinko Hadoken has some invincibility, but this one doesn't hit in time for it to be, like, fully invincible. But it's not meant to be used that way. I don't know. Whatever, I guess I'm just screwing around now. Oh shoot, you know what? Actually, let me show you this. I don't think I've shown this on screen. Ooh, that didn't work. Yeah. Try to get the whole thing. Yeah, I like that. So what I changed in the latest development builds, I think I mentioned it in the build notes, but I don't think I showed it on stream. You get, for hitting close, you actually get a bonus amount of hit stop, or hit stun rather. So if you do this kind of combo, you've got more, like watch. This won't work. Shouldn't. Oh shoot, that works? That shouldn't work. Why'd that work? Nice micro walk? Yeah. Yeah, you do the little micro run. And then you can get both of the... Shoot, I don't know. Maybe I screwed it up now. Hold on. You can get both the hits in if you go far enough. There you go, like that. You gotta do a little micro run. And then, but if you do it too late, I think you've got a 2-frame window to get that. Yeah, see that one didn't get the 2 hits in. What was it? Was it this? No, that's still hitting them. Hold on. Let's take a look at the frame data here. Oh, it's too hard to see. Oh, 15. It's 15 frames there, but if you do it close, it's 22. I thought that didn't work. Let's see, what does he get? Oh, he got 22 there. He got 22 there too. Maybe I might have screwed something up. Because this was supposed to, or maybe it's with a jump in, right? Yeah, there it is. With the jump in, then you can't get it. Because he wakes up too quick. But if you're close, you get additional hit stop, or hit stun. Which lets you get that. I thought it worked on standing, but it apparently gives you the bonus. It's too close. You notice the 22 when it hits. But if you do like this, it's hard to see. You see the 15 that pops up over here? The number here on the bottom is 15. That's your hit stun. When it's far away, you get 15. And when it's close up, you get 22. And that's to incentivize... oh, hold on. My analog stick dead zone's all screwed up. It's getting too loose now. And that was initially to incentivize using the Hadouken and combos where you wouldn't normally. And to create greater combo opportunities for being close to the opponent. So, let's see. It allows you to make this connect, where doing it far away won't necessarily connect. See? Oh, let's actually turn them off. So if you're really close, you get 28. If you're far away, you get 20 in hit stop, or stun rather. That way, that gets you 28, allows you to get that move in. But if you're too far away, see, it was 20, and you can't run up and do it. See, it's 20, can't get it. It's too far away. You can get other stuff, but it rewards close proximity. Oh. See, 28. If you time it right, you gotta do it quick. I think it's only like a 2 or 3 frame window. There's a timing to it. There. Well, and I missed the next link, but you get the idea. That was to kind of promote combo diversity without making projectiles too overpowered. Because if it had the 28 here, you could absolutely get up there and do it. So I added, and with just the 20, rather, you couldn't get that. But if you're close, you get that little bonus. Put it that way. I added hit stun to close projectiles to create better combos in close quarters. Put it that way. That's probably the best way to explain it. Nah, I knew that was. I could feel that was too late. See, the trick here is once you do this, if you do it, because he's far away, right? Oh no, you could get it with just that, but you don't get the second hit. If you want the second hit, you have to go in, and that causes two problems. There's a delay from the run, and then there's the range of the first part of the attack here is short. So you have to get it at the perfect distance to get that first smaller hitbox to work. But if you can learn it, you get the extra damage, and, well, it speaks for itself. And just get them. It is possible to do it from here, too. Or at least it used to be. I'm pretty sure I'm just not doing it right. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Oh wait, I gotta start with this. Ah, it's tough. Yeah, that's a 2-frame link, I think. In frame data, you do get a little bit of a buffer, so I'm just doing it really bad. Ah! 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 I'm doing it too early. Now I'm doing it too late. It's not an easy one. You can do it with jab if you want more tolerance. You can do it with jab. You don't get quite the damage, but it is easier to link up. Because you can do... if I can get it right. I hate negative edge, it's overriding my... There it is. You can do that. But it's easier to do it with the jab. Yeah, negative edge is overriding my kick here. It's kind of pissing me off. But... no, Theo's not playable. She's just a background decoration. There's not going to be any assists in the game. It's going to be King of Fighters style 3v3, one at a time thing. Not Marvel 3v3, but King of Fighters 3v3, where it's single 1v1, but 3 characters on the team. Oh, yeah, that was too far. Ooh. Stun. Yeah, basically CVS without ratios. Yeah. Sad Theo noises. Well, Marco better be in. No Marco either, unfortunately. I'm sticking to kind of a King of Fighters versus Street Fighters roster for this one. I think there's enough characters. Not only I think it would make a more cohesive kind of world, but there's enough characters in those two franchises that you're not missing anything, at least gameplay wise. There's all sorts of different characters to choose from. You got charge characters, you got gimmick characters, you got the whole works. Yeah, pretty much. I think it'll make kind of a more cohesive world, and eventually when we get to an arcade mode, it'll make a more cohesive story to have Street Fighter and King of Fighters. They're pretty much like the same universe, you know what I mean? They're pretty much the same thing. So I want to keep it in that kind of light. And my chat thing unlogged down here. Log back in. I can see chat on like 3 different monitors, so it's fine, but my tablet one's the one I like to look at, and it got logged out. There we go. I think it's happy now. Give it a refresh. There we go. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we goofed around with that long enough. What we have to do now to finish up for today is we're gonna get the other characters hooked up to the new effect. Like, it's there, but it's not calibrated properly. So if we... Yeah, we can do this. We can do it right here. Right? No, you know what? I'm gonna make a Ryu the second player. We'll do Ken's. Ken's will probably be pretty easy to do. And we have Ryu as a second player so that we can look at his animation file. Oh no, I got this stage. It should be fine. It's just hard to develop on this one sometimes. So we wanna take some notes. We want to take notes on where the things start. I think it was on frame 16, but let's see. So his is called max activation. Okay, so effects spawn frame 0, right when it loads. Let's see, and this one's the voice clip. And then here. So this is... Oh no, we changed it. So 11, 12, 13. So activate frame 13. And then it should go no more than 37 frames. 37 frame max. Okay. Let's unlock there. And is this one power max? No. Is it just max activation? Yeah. Okay. 37 frames total. Okay, here's how Ken's animation goes. And we have to move this to frame 13. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see, how is this gonna work now? Okay. We'll get rid of this and this. We'll move these 1, 2, 3. Move the events 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 11, 12, 13. And then it only goes to 37. It goes here, and then it goes back to normal. Okay, yeah, the animation looks like it flows okay. This might be a little strange to see this pose for so long, but we might be able to pick a different pose for this. We'll see. We'll see how that looks. It's not too bad. Is that stalling? Yeah, I don't think the effect is playing on the right timing. I think the effect's playing too late. Yeah, here it is. This needs to go to 0. We did forget that step. Let's say it didn't look quite right. Oh, geez, that's much better. Oh, that's not right. Yeah, that looks cool. That looks cool, I like it. Actually knocked them out of that. It's funny. Oh. Alright, you got a micro run after that then. Yeah. I'm not completely satisfied with that frame, but it's not terrible. I can live with it for now. Oh jeez, yeah. You're wondering what that's a glitch. If I build animations while the game is running, you see that hitbox on the end? It's like a phantom hitbox. That happens a lot. That's just a Unity bug, but it never happens in the actual game. It's only when you start messing with the excuse me, it's only when you start messing with the animations in real time does that ever happen. Thankfully. I really wouldn't want that kind of bug. Ah! It catches me by surprise. Yeah, it looks alright. We'll have to think about a different frame to use. What could we even use? Let's look at his sprite sheet for a minute. Do a quick little scan of it. What could we possibly use that would work? I mean, we could create one, sure, but if we could just pull one out, that would be cool. None of these look right. You could potentially use this one, although it is the push block frame. But you hardly see the push block frame anymore, I think. Let's see. Let me turn boxes off, make it easier to see. Yes, it doesn't linger quite as long as it used to. It's possible that could work because it kind of goes with the knee position. Let's keep that in mind. Otherwise, oh no, that's my time's up. That's all right. We got a little time left. We'll stick with it. We'll get both Ken and Terry up to speed. Brody the King, hey, what's up? And none of these poses. I don't think the block pose would look right. That's more like for the alpha counter. It would be kind of funny if he did this, and then it probably wouldn't flow very well though. Trying to get into game development, and I looked up game dev, and you were first. I was first? How did that happen? How did that happen? The Twitch algorithm is putting me right up in front? I can't believe it. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. I love your work and everything you do for this game. It looks amazing. Well, thank you, Frankie. Thanks for that. I really appreciate it. I try, man. Yeah, I don't see any pose that looks like it would fit. I actually think where's Ryu? I actually think a pose on Ryu would actually work for this. Oh shoot, I was right there. I kind of wonder if one of these two poses might work. But just, you know, make it for Ken, right? I don't know. I don't have time to mess with that, but I'll keep it in mind. For now, let's try the push block frame, just to see how it looks. I think it might help. So, max activation. So you can sometimes get really lazy with some of this. Build a new animation frame? Nah. Let's we wanna see what these look like. Oh, okay. Where's push block? Push block. So I can see the names better here. Scroll down. That's hard to see. I don't know if it's actually called push block here or not. If you can get an animation frame to work, oh, here it is. Yeah, how about this? So, boom. Look at that. That might work. Let's try it. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. He just throws his hand out. It works for now. I don't think it's perfect, but it looks alright. Wondering, where did you learn the code, or if you did it through school, do you know anywhere where I could learn Unity? Tried to before, but I found myself just copying. Alright. Here. Here, I'm gonna give you the Discord link. Hop in there and send me, like, tag me and send me that question, and I'll hook you up with shit after the stream. It won't be too long here. That does look kind of cool. I don't know. It looks kind of cool, but it also looks maybe a little too dramatic. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to make a frame for this, but for now, it's alright. Oh, no, that's not. Yeah, it'll be better because I got links and stuff that I can give you, that I gotta fish them out of my bookmarks. So, oh, the music just stopped. It didn't loop through. I thought it was gonna loop through. Let's do this one. Alright, this one. No, you know what? This one. This is a good track. I like this track. It just played a little while ago, but it's alright. But no, well, I learned coding kind of on my own. Like, I did take coding classes in school, but it was, at that point, it was just like, yeah, can you just give me the degree already? I know all this stuff. You can absolutely self-learn code. It's not that big a deal. You're got it, your own game? Not quite. Not quite. Oh, you wanna see a real fun one? Oh, that's not right. Hold on. So there's two things you can do out of here. When you pop out, you can hit them with a step kick. But you can also, if you time it right, you can hit them with the Shoryuken, but you can max cancel that like this and get another one. But here's the trick. I don't know if I can do this in real time, but I've done it before, but it's hard. Look at that. There's enough airtime to get two of those. So can you combine the two styles? And yes, you can, but it's really tough. Ah, that's really tough. Oh. Ah, that super jump is tough. There. No, I hit him too low. Oh, no, I needed the Shoryu. Oh, man, you gotta link those perfect. I hit it too early and it didn't come out. Oh, whoops. But yeah, you wanna... It's really tough. Because you gotta link them, it's not a cancel. Oh, it's tough. Doing just one's alright, but trying to get the two's rough. You can do it with the one, but it doesn't do quite as much damage. Oop, and I screwed up. Right. And then after that, you can do a Shinryuken. Let's see. Because you can, if you can get the double, you can do it through here too. Ah, that's hard to link. Keep doing it too early and it doesn't come out. If you do it too early, it won't get him because he won't be far enough along the ground to hit. Yeah, there we go. Oh. But you can do all of that with this version too. It's just really hard. So I'm just gonna do just the one to show it. Does pretty decent damage. It does good damage. You can also do this. You can get it here. This one's really tough. Oh, that one's really tough. No, these combos are not in the original game. No, they don't let you do anything off of this. So I pulled this move from 5. But they don't let you get anything off of it. So you can either do stuff off the ground or you can jump cancel it to get that. So you could absolutely just wait for it. But if you can get the jump cancel, then you can get additional stuff. Set them up for something. Yeah, I did increase the speed over the newer games. It's more like the classic games, like Alpha and stuff. And Third Strike, they have more of that speed to them. Ah, this one. I want to see if I can get. Ah, you got a super jump. Oh, that's not enough. That doesn't have enough hit stun though. Nope. I'm not getting the Shoryu come out right. There we go. Ah, you got a super jump and then get it just right in range. I gotta show you with the hitboxes on. It just barely touches them. Yeah, like that. And then you got a super jump off the like no distance EX Tatsu. Yeah, it's crazy. And then you can probably get this in the corner. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Ken's got some really goofy shit. Hey, who's that? Hubstar LTD. Thanks, man. Ken's got his crazy kicks, so you can do all sorts of moves with his stuff. EX Shoryu is really good. A lot of fast, a lot of hits, a lot of damage. EX Tatsu from the ground is like a reverse one. This one goes down, this one goes up, and that's a hard knockdown. So you could hold on. Oh. Huh. That was actually kind of strange. How did that happen? Did that really hit him? Hold on. It's probably the animation bug again. Let me reset it. That doesn't look right. He should have been able to blow through that. Yeah, it was the animation bug. It was keeping his hitbox active. Yeah, I'll say he should have blew through that. This is a hard knockdown, so you can time it. You get the right timing. I think I'm doing it too quick. Yeah, I think I'm doing it too quick. Yep. Oh, shoot, I hit the reset button when I did it. But you saw that it counter hit him. You can do all sorts of goofy stuff with it. You can actually time it by just doing the crazy kick into the overhead. I don't know if that works in the public build, but it works in the current development version. It's been a long time since the public one went out, but until NetPlay gets in, there's no real reason to update. Yeah, I kind of got wonky shit. Because you can do lots of stuff, especially with this. You can jump away and then come right back with them and like freak them out. Now, if he's doing a Shoryu, he's gonna escape it, sort of. I guess you'll land before he does. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of shit you can do, so it's fine. If you do that quick enough, you can, yeah, you can hit him. But this alpha counter is more, not that one. This one's more meant to put them in like a frame advantage trap. Where this one's more like just do the damage and knock them down kind of deal. Ken's fun. Cause he can do really mad crown combos. He can do a lot of stuff from the ground, and he doesn't really even need meter to do some of this stuff. Like, that's solid damage right there. I like how Ken came out. A lot of focus on the crazy kicks. And being able to do the light into the heavy and the light into the EX variety gives you a lot of stuff you can do with it. Oh. All sorts of fun stuff. Anyway, we need to get Terry wrapped up, and my throat's killing me, so then I have to wrap up. And hopefully, I have a feeling it's strep throat. Hopefully it clears up, because it's kind of painful. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little painful. Alright, so Terry's not set up for the new animation, but we will get him set up. Our notes say, spawn time 0 frame. Oh, max. I probably called this one Power Max, right? Yeah, at this time, Power Max activation. I started using better names. Okay, we don't need that. There, goes to 37. Yep, 36, 37. All right. Yeah, I rewound it just enough for that. Here, you know what? Let's go back up. Let's go back up to, here. Let's go back up to Alpha 2 music. There we are. Alright, activation of the spawning of the spark has to be here. This has to be 3 frames behind. So I'm going to eliminate that frame. 1, 2, 3. And we move the events. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're still at 37. Yeah, okay, that looks alright. He has the same problem as Ken here, where he's going to hold a generic pose. So we might have to look for one for him too, but... Alright, that looks good though. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to hold some kind of pose. So, let's look quick. Terry, what you got? Hope you feel better, dude. Yeah, human bodies suck, right? God, yes they do. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. Didn't plan on getting sick. Just happened. This could be a potential one. Let's see, what does this look like here? Let's look at his power max activation. Right now it goes from here to here, right? Okay. It's kind of the same pose, so I don't think it would work right. I don't know, I guess he bends his knees? Maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Let's keep that in mind. That one might work. That one might work. That's his grab, that's not gonna work. Harry does have a lot of good poses, though. I wouldn't be surprised if we do find something. I use this one for the alpha counter, though. Because he's kind of like breaking out. He actually does the burn knuckle pose for the alpha counter, which is cool. I thought that fit. Hey, Sakura. Nah, that one probably wouldn't flow well in the animation. You could maybe use the block pose, but I don't know. That might look a little strange. This is his dodge pose. I don't think that looks good in this animation. Actually, in general, it just looks a little weird. Actually, not much to work with, is there? Okay, the only thing I saw might be the heavy punch. This one. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. Let's see. Oh, he goes right into it too. Let's do frame 3. Let's see. His light punch right now. This is power max, light punch. Where's heavy? Heavy high angle geyser, heavy kick, heavy punch. Right here. He goes like this, and then. Hey, maybe. Hey, it's not terrible. I don't think it's perfect, but it works for now. Oop, not far enough, huh? Yeah, it's not bad. Could be better. It's not bad though. Hey, if we've got to change the animation and actually draw a couple frames, and so be it. But that's out of the scope for today. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Just like Chun-Li's super in Third Strike, go right through that projectile. You gotta do it quick though. It doesn't, it won't full screen do it. If it lingers, then you don't get it. Yeah, I think it looks alright though. Alright, and I'll upload this build tomorrow, probably. I got slightly faster internet now, so that should help alleviate some of that issue. In fact, it's a lot better than what we had, but we had really bad internet before. But now we've got okay internet, and that works. And build right over top of it. There we go. We'll just see what it looks like at full 60 frames, and then that'll be it. And we'll hack it up. We don't need these notes anymore. Get rid of the notes. Who needs notes? Get rid of that folder. I don't need that folder. Oh, it's the one that's just gonna pop up in a second anyway. There it is. Hey Raymond, what's up? Just doing our final check here on what we did today. And then my throat's hurting, so I gotta go. I want to be able to talk on Thursday for the next stream. It would be really cool if I could just talk without pain. Hey, let's go here. This is a stage that's not in the public build yet.
Go for it, man!
Oh, yeah, it looks cool. Ugh! Get him. I guess I didn't get enough hits in. Let's see. There is... What's the one I uploaded to Twitter now? Where you get 2 grabs at the end and then you got your dizzy? Would it be this one? Oh, and then... Nah, that wouldn't have been enough. I do love pocket style. I do. I mean, obviously. But it is really cool. They just kind of got this charming nature to them. You could do... Nope. This one's hard. Because you can charge partition, so you can hold down, let up, and then go back down, and it reduces your charge, but doesn't eliminate it entirely. So you can do things like let it go to do that, and then you can do this. Where normally this is a neutral move, it's not crouching. But if you charge beforehand, then you can get it. Oh, that didn't work. It ended up being a power wave. Let's see. Oh, come on. That's a little hard. I'm not good with charge moves. It's a really advanced technique. Yeah. I forget what combo I did on Twitter. It ended up basically putting them 2 grabs away from stun. Maybe I changed something and it doesn't work anymore. And it's also possible. Oh, there it is. Ugh. Yeah, Third Strike, I believe, does have charge partitioning. I don't know if 5 does. I don't think so? I don't know. Verify that for me. I don't use charge characters in 5. I don't play much 5 at all. Five does? It does have charge partitioning? Does it work for side switch too, or no? So like if Guile's holding back, like say that Ken is Guile and Guile's holding back, and then I jump over him and he holds left instead of right, can he resume his charge and actually like hit me with something? Or no? Not sure about that. Yeah. It certainly works that way in Pocket Fighter. I think because of the advanced speed of it, and the fact that you've got super jumps and you've got dodge rolls and side switching all over the place, I think it's important to have the charge partition, because I think it would really handicap the characters to not have it, you know what I mean? Whoop. It does definitely let you do it for down up though. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, standing normal in the headbutt. Gotcha. Yeah, that wouldn't be possible with it otherwise, unless it was a really slow normal. The charge time in Pocket Fighter EX is also shorter than Street Fighter V, but I took that mainly from King of Fighters, because the King of Fighters charge time is less. And like Marvel games have less charge time, obviously, because they're more frantic. So between that and charge partition, I think charge characters should be in a decent position to actually get something done. At least I hope so. Oh. Yeah, you can get over Hadokens, but you gotta do it at a range. The EX version works much better for this, at close range. Let's see, you can also go over with... If it's a ground wave, you can go over with this, but not a Hadoken. But that is lower invincible. What else can you do with Terry? I guess you could super. Oh shit, that actually still hit him. Oh, because it hit him too early. See that fireball go through it. Oh no, you know why? Because he's full screen. He's full screen. I won't do it full screen. It'll do it here. Gotta be closer for it. This one is not invincible. You will just get hit out of that. I'm trying to think what else you can do. Oh, you know what? Rising Tackle will get you out of it. It works just like a Shoryuken. You can go right through it. At least currently. I think it makes sense. Yeah, that's his DP, right? So... So you can go through it. Especially EX, of course. EX is fully invincible. on everything. He got counter hit, so that wasn't a true combo. What I want to do is this. Oh, I didn't get to cancel. Yeah. Oh shit. I hit the my hand slipped off the analog and it hit the reset button. There we go. I really appreciate that. That is some high praise. Frankie says that he's more excited for this than any other game right now. It's still gonna be a little while for the net play to get done. It's just really hard and it just takes a long time. But I think it'll work out okay. It's just a lot of work for one person to program. I'm getting there, slow but sure. Alright, last character check, and then we'll get out of here. I'll go here.
Let's party!
And give my damn throat a rest. And hopefully if it's strep then it'll just go away. But it probably won't. Probably gonna take a while. Yeah, that looks cool. Shoot. Yeah. Oh, get him! Yeah. What I want to do is I want to catch him, yeah, like that, where he's actually in the middle of doing it. But I don't think it'll work. You actually have 3 frames of recovery after an max activation, where you can be hit. So it's really hard. That'll definitely hit him. Yeah, sure, you can just too powerful. It's not too much you can do against it. It is it's not low invulnerable though. So if you do, oh wait, huh? You can get him every time with this. It's actually a frame trap. There's a 1 frame gap there. So if they're mashing, you got him. As long as your combo is up and up. Wow, that one's tougher. Ken's fireball doesn't act the same as Ryu's. Well, you could just do 1 jab. Then you can get in. But I made I think Ken's fireball stuff should be less uniquely useful than Ryu's. His whole shtick is not fireballs. He's more of a punchy kicky person. So Ryu could get something off of that much more than Ken. You gotta really work to get, yeah, you really gotta work to get something off of that with Ken. You gotta have better timing. Ah. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we got that new effect in there. It looks really cool. It's making me think the alpha counter, well, not so much the alpha counter looks alright, but just armor max on its own looks less impressive now. It's just the way it is. It's just how it goes. It looks cool, it just, I don't know, it needs a little something. Like maybe that energy absorption before he pops it. I don't know, it's a longer animation though too, so I don't know how that'll work. I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. Maybe that's something we'll work on next time. So, alright. I'll get that dev build out on the Patreon tomorrow or the next day. If I don't find any major bugs, I can put it up tomorrow. If there's any bugs, I'll try to squash them and then put them up. The usual. Yeah, I thought about that too, right? The little swirl vortex. I'll have to experiment with it. We'll mess with that next Monday. But yeah, I'll get that out tomorrow or the next day. And then let's see, we've got schedule. So speaking of next Monday, that will be the 18th. Oh man, the 18th already. Woo. Okay. Yeah, January 18th. That'll be the next Pocket Fighter EX stream. On Thursday of this week, we'll have the new platforming, retro platformer game. If you like retro graphics and stuff, you'll like that too. So, old school platforming kind of game. And that's an original one, that's not a fan game. That's the mansion game. Kids trapped in a haunted mansion, kind of, sort of, almost a Metroidvania-ish kind of game. So, if that sounds interesting, show up on Thursday. And then on Sunday, we're gonna finally finish Super Mario 64 with all 120 stars. Or we got 111. We'll be able to clean that up and then take out Bowser, and that's the end. So that's the upcoming streams. And then back on Monday, we'll have more Pocket Fighter EX, and everyth's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until then, if you can't get your fix, we got Discord. There's a link for that. If you want to support my personal efforts in game development and streaming and all that, there's the Patreon link. All that's down below or in the chat. And speaking of which, we got my thing slipped. My tablet slipped. Hold on, let me pull up. I got my patron shoutouts. Hold on. Oh, I can do it here. Yeah, no problem. Oh, and the current public build is there too. Pretty old now, but that's the last stable version that was released of the project. Alright, super special thanks to Alex Smith and Miguel A. Tabasco. Also thanks to Variant X, Omega Keo, Awakened Emperor, Angel, Rui Luis, Uncle Roy, Mike Cruz, Taryn Williams, Corporal Chungus, Bryce Nagoingum, AJ, Miles Griffin, Ben K, D-Money107, and LD Walker. Thank you guys super extra very much. And again, Patreon link is down below. You can get some early dev builds, test builds. They're not always the most stable, but at least you get to see what I've been working on, on stream. You get to actually try it out for yourself, and that's always fun. So if that sounds cool, check that out. And that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's all for now. So thanks for watching, and scrub out.